Good morning. Welcome to another day of Mindful Monday. Today, I thought we would talk about New Year's resolutions. As we're approaching the New Year's, you might be starting to think about what you're going to put down as your resolution. Some of you may be saying, I'm not going to do it this year because it never works. Let's talk about how we can make this work. So, if we're going to start having new habits, healthier habits for our well being or being better in ourselves, we have to start with the primer and thinking about what are the daily habits that I'd have right here, right now, that trigger me to continue doing this unhealthy habit that I'm wanting to get rid of. We can use eating junk food late at night as an example. If we're going to try to cut that junk food out, going at it cold turkey, we might not be able to succeed in that. But if we start looking at where does it initially start? We're in the store and then we buy the junk food. If we can cut that piece out right now before the resolution, if it's okay, I'm going to start making a list before I go to the grocery store and I'm going to stick to that list. I will not go off that list. Then all of a sudden your environment isn't surrounded with the food you're trying to cut out, right? Same thing with drinking. If you're trying to cut back on drinking or, abstain from drinking completely, are you buying it at the store? Is it in the house, right? Is it in your environment? Because it's not in the moment when we're thinking about that's a problem. It's when we have gotten bored or we have lost sight or time, and then that's when we become triggered to go into those old habits. So, what are you going to start doing right now for that resolution for the future? It's great to be able to visualize it. What would it feel like to stop doing that habit or to cut that piece out? Maybe it's unhealthy relationships with people. Well, when you start looking at the character of the people that you are with, and when you start looking at what is it that I actually want in relationship, as we've talked about before, these are great things to start listing out and writing out because, of course, yes, you can think about them and you know it in the back of your head, but in the back of your head is not what keeps you from doing those things. It's when you have something very tangible that you can go down on your checklist. Does this fit the description of what I want for myself? Does this hit those marks that I need for this person to be in my circle? When you have something tangible outside of yourself to hold you accountable, that is going to be the primer that helps you follow through with your New Year's resolution. And again, it's a practice. Just because you might go off of it one time does not mean that that sets the precedent for the whole rest of the year. Like, oh, it's done, right? Make a mistake. Don't judge yourself. Notice why you made the mistake. And then plan accordingly for the next time around. So you are not going to get caught on the same mistake. That shows progress. And if we're focused on progress versus being perfect, we actually have a chance of succeeding in our New Year's resolutions. So, as we still have a few weeks left before the new year comes, taking this time to create that inventory, that stock of, okay, what do I want to change? What would I like this next year to look like? And again, not judging, just being aware. Try this out. Let me know what comes up for you. Remember, breathe deeply, live fully. Have a great week.